Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today I'm doing my end of year homeschool update, last one of the year, review, all that kind of thing. So if you're new, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. My name's Isabella. I am a homeschool mum to my daughter who is 11 and will be going into 7th grade in September, which is just blows my mind. We have been homeschooling from the beginning, so in my description box below I have video links for all our curriculum that we've ever used from pre-K4 all the way up to 7th. So if you have children of different ages or you're just curious what we've used over the past years, click those links below. We use mostly American curriculum. I've just found that works really well for us. It matches very nicely with the UK curriculum as well. We live in Scotland. We moved recently in April, and yeah, let's just get started. So everything this year has gone really well. We have absolutely loved our curriculum. So we did Dragon Academy, which was our main literature curriculum, which is based on the Wings of Fire books 1 through 6. It's something that I wrote for us to use. We read through all 6 books. We had questions for chapters. We also had scroll activities, and she just absolutely loved it. Because she really wanted to do Dragon Academy and Dragon School, I incorporated our other subjects into the plan. So I included our science in there, I included some of our history, I included our IT in there, and writing. So we did 3 writing projects throughout the year. So the first one she did was she made her own picture book based on a Wings of Fire scene from a book. Any of her choosing. She chose book 1. She also made a creature magazine of mythical creatures, and she also wrote her own fantasy story. So those were her 3 additional writing projects that she had throughout the year, as well as any writing projects that she had in our actual language arts curriculum, which was learning language arts through literature. They have all just gone so fantastically well. We loved doing Dragon Academy so much. It was just an amazing experience. Language arts has just been one of my favourite subjects this year. She has really enjoyed it too. So that's everything for language arts. Math, we used Saxon Math. We have used Saxon Math from the beginning. We spent about 6 months in grade 4 where we tried the Good and Beautiful Math. Nothing wrong with it, it just didn't work for us. We went back to Saxon, and we've used Saxon ever since. I've used Saxon Math again this year. It has gone really smoothly. Is it the most beautiful curriculum? No, but it gets the job done. It's strong. It teaches them in a spiral method that is incremental, so skills build upon each other, which works really well for my daughter. She has thrived with fractions this year. She just picked up on them so smoothly, which really helped her just take off with them. She really enjoys fractions, and I asked her what was her favourite thing that she learned in maths this year, and it was fractions. And obviously she's been doing fractions before, but the more complex fractions, and she's really enjoyed that aspect of math. In science, we did our first time using Nomad Press. So because we were doing Dragon Academy, I tried to tie it all together. So we did kitchen chemistry from Nomad Press, and I called our science our prey center science, because in the Wings of Fire books they eat in their prey center, which is their kitchen. So because we were doing kitchen science, and a lot of it was edible stuff, then that's why we called it the prey center time, and she just really loved it. So I had some experiment sheets that we would use for the different experiments that we would do with the kitchen chemistry book. We also did biomes, which tied in really well with Wings of Fire, because the dragons are from different biomes. You've got your desert dragons, you've got your rainforest dragons, and so on. So that went really well as a subject. We did biodiversity as well, and we also did geology. Again, lots of the dragons live in caves, and it just worked out really well. We did our elements study as part of Dragon Academy, where she had 2 books, one from, well, they're both from Scholastic. One was on chemical elements, and the other one was on rocks, minerals and gems, and she used my element pages to notebook different elements, rocks, minerals and gems that she liked throughout the year, which is a great keepsake now. So that is just something that I've really enjoyed this year, and something that I've noticed that I really like in terms of school, and that's having things to show for the work. So coursework, I guess, if you like, having things that you can see, you can look back on and think, wow, we did so well in that subject, and that was so fun, that was such an experience, and we remember doing this and this at this time. And I just really like having those project based activities, if you like. So we really enjoyed that. We've had so much fun with our science this year, again from the Nomad Press. fantastic curriculum. We really did enjoy it. We are not using No Press this year. We have gone back to our tried and true, which is elemental science, because we are approaching the older years of education, if you like, and I wanted to make sure that she has a really strong foundation in science, because one of the careers that she's been thinking about is animals, possibly veterinary medicine, so I want to make sure she's got a strong background in science, and elemental science I feel like is a very strong curriculum. It is a classical approach to science, which I do appreciate. In terms of our philosophy, I'd say we are very much Charlotte Mason inspired, so I love all the books, learning through all the living books, but we also do enjoy some elements of classical education, so I'd say we're a combination of the two, eclectic I guess, and that curriculum works really well in my opinion for our learning style. So that's everything in science. In history, we went back, cycled through Story of the World, and we did Ancient Times again. I did add some extra bits to it because obviously we're older now. We did a CGP Ancient History book activity, book and text as well with our Story of the World. We tried to do different activities than we did the first time we cycled through, but her Ancient Times is one of her favourites. She really enjoys that time period, so we enjoyed going through Story of the World again. For geography, we did two different things. We did a Dragon Academy unit on China, which was fantastic, and we also did our CGP book again on living things and rivers, which was really enjoyable as well. We also did a few little bits of Beowulf geography this year, not as much as I would have liked, but because we had so much already with Dragon Academy, I didn't want to pile on too much, because obviously that can zap away the fun really easily if you do trying to load your plate too full. But we did do the UK study from Beowulf geography. We also did do the Under the Ocean, which went really nicely with book 2, which is Wings of Fire book 2, which is all about tsunami, and she lives under the ocean. Well, she would have done it if she would have been able to, but in her natural habitat, I guess, it was under the ocean, so that tied in really well with the Beowulf geography. We really did enjoy that curriculum. I do intend to pick up on that again at certain points throughout 7th grade. We do have a different geography curriculum for this year, but I will take aspects of it here and there, because I do like the variety that they have, specifically the cooking aspects of different countries, because we really enjoy that. We have a snack box from different countries that we have every year and every month, and we've had it for the past 2 years, and she so enjoys trying different things from all the different countries, so I definitely want to incorporate part of our cooking, baking if you like, into our geography. I think that works really well for us. We did IT as well as our Dragon Academy. We did coding and we did web design, again fantastic, something that we are doing again in 7th grade as part of our computing book. It kind of cycles around again. So yes, it's just been a fantastic year. We have so enjoyed it. In England, where we used to live, year 7 was the last grade of primary school, and when we started out our homeschool year, I was bearing that in mind, which is one of the reasons why we made Dragon Academy, because I was thinking, oh, it's our last year of primary school, I want it to be special and magical and everything else, and that's why we ended up doing Dragon Academy, which was based on the Wings of Fire, as I mentioned, and we also did mythical creatures as part of our creature magazine, so you get that tying with fantastical beasts. We did a Harry Potter unit study as well, so it kind of all tied in nicely with that. We did a Salem Witch study in October for Halloween, and we did some Christmas school from Barefoot in the Trees. It was such a fantastic year. But now that we've moved, year 7 is not actually the last grade in, sorry, year 6, which is what we just, did I say year 7? Year 6 is the last year in primary school. So when we were doing year 6 in England at the beginning of the year, we didn't know we were moving at that point. I was thinking when I was planning and everything that this was our last year of primary school. However, in Scotland, year 7 is the last year of primary school, so you don't actually go into high school until year 8 in Scotland. However, it's a moot point. It's a moot point because it doesn't matter where we live, or whether we're in England or Scotland, and because we home educate, so we get the choice of how we teach and everything else. But it was nice to think that our last year 6 was such a fun year in terms of with Dragon Academy, so I'm glad. It took me a long time, but I'm really glad that I did actually make that for us. It just kind of made the year with the Wings of Fire unit study. It's such a fantastic book, and it really makes me want to write a dragon book. After her series, but also as an adult reading the Fourth Wing series, I really want to write a dragon novel next. But anyway, completely getting off track. So in terms of homeschool, it's been, as I said, fantastic year. We did also move, which I mentioned. We moved in April. It was a whirlwind move. We moved 10+ hours away. It was really stressful and hard work, but we managed to get through it, and it didn't impact our homeschool year, which was fantastic. We took a week off for Easter break, which timed really nicely with the move, but other than that, we ploughed through. At times I thought, maybe I should have took a bit of extra time off, but I'm glad I didn't now, because it meant that we could finish on time for the summer, which means that we'll have now more time to explore and look at our area and try new things in our area, which is really enjoyable to do. There is a home education group here in Scotland, which is fantastic. There's several that we can go to. Some of them are more closer than others, but there is one in my actual area, which is fantastic. And then there's one a couple of hours away that's really big, because it's a city. So that's fantastic as well. So we're not going to be short of opportunities, but it's just because when you move to a new area, you have to find your feet in terms of finding things that you like to do, activities and things. So that's something that I want to really focus on now that we got the house pretty much sorted, in terms of unpacking. And because we had to move such a long distance and we weren't hiring anyone to do it for us, the process dragged out in terms of getting all of our stuff here, not being able to unpack because we were getting flooring fitted, and we bought an executor house which was filthy. This is only our first full purchase house, but we have owned half a house before. That was a new build, so this is our first experience of purchasing a house off people. And they did not clean the house remotely. It was rotten. So it just was a lot of hard work to put into it. I've been trying, on the weekends and things, to get everything nice and straight, and we're getting there. We are getting there. I did lots of wood staining this weekend to make things just look nicer and fresher. Things like windows, which were wooden, they just let them rot in terms of mold, and it was disgusting. So I've just been spending all my free time getting everything nice and clean, but now I'm at the point now where we can start doing some more fun stuff. We have done field trips while we've been here, which has been fantastic. We went to an amazing castle, which is so going to feature in my novel because it's just, it just has to. We have been to the beach. We have been to Inverness, which is a city, one of the cities in Scotland, that's really beautiful. You've got Loch Ness there and everything else. We went to, in Inverness, we went to, I think it's the biggest secondhand bookstore, which was fantastic. Such an amazing experience. Books were expensive though, but it was an amazing experience to go there. So we have been exploring, and I want to continue to do that. The thing that I miss most about where we used to live is that I had all our activities and places we like to visit all mapped out. We knew things we like to do, which I miss, because I miss being able to say, let's go to this place because we've been there before and we've loved it. And those types of things take a while to build up. To build up a list of things that you like to do in your area. So I'm looking forward to doing that here. But I do miss, the ease of being able to do that in our old place because we already knew everything. But it's an adventure, isn't it? And coming out of your comfort zone and trying different things and everything else. So I just think this year was a year of development in many different ways, and it was very, very busy but extremely enjoyable and memorable. And I actually did keep a journal for this year, which I don't think I've ever done, and it'd be nice to look back on once I get to the end of the year and think, everything that we achieved this year, not just in life but in homeschool and everything else, because it was a big development year, as I think the end of primary education is, because you're taking the next leap up in your education and everything else. So in terms of planning for 7th grade, I have got to finish getting my schoolroom organised. So I put things in a certain place when we moved in because that seemed the logical place. But once you've worked in that room, if you like, you think, this works better if I put this here and everything else. So there are some furniture pieces I want to move around. I purchased a new bookshelf, which I need to straighten out all my books again, which I always have to do at the end of the year because they always get messed up in terms of, you know, in different places and there's poster and things, which is normal, which you would expect. People read them. But I do like to try at the start of the year to organize it, but then I don't bother again until the end of the year, and then I reorganize it. So I'm not, this book needs to be in this cubby. No, not like that. But I do like to have a system at the beginning of the year, and then we can grow with that system if you like. So yes, I've got lots of organizing to do, just prepping curriculum, you know, things like taking out I have not taken out my work boxes yet, anything like that. Bearing in mind we only finished school on Thursday. It's now Tuesday. So I'm giving myself, you know, a week or so before I get back into it. But yes, I've got to get out the old curriculum, put the new stuff in. I have put some new curriculum on the bookshelf and things, and I'm just trying to, you know, figure out where I want everything to go in the room. And I've got to set up my planner. I'm debating getting my daughter a planner too. We've always had a schedule, so she's been able to look at the schedule quite easily, but she's now getting to the point where she'll want to do things before I'm ready. So in the morning she'll be like wanting to get started on her schoolwork and stuff, where I want to have my breakfast first, kind of thing. So we did manage to find a way to do that with the things that she could do independently. So I would just say, okay, I've set the pile out for you. Here they are. You can do those in the morning before we start school if you want to. And 9 out of 10 times she would. So I'm thinking of getting her own planner, so then I don't have to get the stack out as much, and I can, you know, just in case I forget to put specific book out or whatever, and then she's looking for it in the morning. So it might be easier if I do get her own planner, so I can write that out when I'm planning my planner, so she knows, okay, if she wants to do a few things before we officially start school in the morning, then this is what she can do. She just needs to get them from her drawer herself scenario, but this is the page and everything else. So I don't know. I was in two minds about getting her a planner because she's still young, and you know, would she utilize it, you know, as much? But I think, you know, she might like to have an opportunity, and, you know, she can put stickers in there and stuff. Some might. If you've got a good student planner that you like, let me know. I've always been, well, not always, but I've been looking at the School Nest student planner because I do have the adult version. So I might go with them, but if you've got another recommendation, let me know. Not, you know, nothing too, you know, I don't want an adult version. You know, it's got to be kid friendly and everything else, but you know, just let me know if you've got any recommendations for planners that you've really liked for your child. As I said, I'm still in two minds because I don't know whether she'll utilize it to the full capacity, but then again, does it really matter? No. And, you know, it's a start, isn't it? I'm pretty sure when I was in year 7, we got our own student diary that we could write our assignments in and things. I'm almost 99% sure I did. So maybe I will get her one, and she can, you know, dabble into planning this year too. I'll probably just fill it out for her, but she can, you know, check off stuff and stick stickers in and decorate and things. But yeah, I think that's everything. So we're excited to kick off with 7th grade, but I'm also excited for having the summer break first, and, you know, just having the chance to take a breath and, you know, reflect on, for example, the room and where I want stuff to go, reflect on how I want our schedule to operate, and bearing in mind she's older, and, you know, with the whole what can she do independently scenario. But yeah, that's everything. So we are still very much teacher led, which I am absolutely fine with, but there are things that she likes to do herself, and she can do them, so I don't see any, you know, reason not to allow her to do that. But there are things that we have to do together, and which is fine as well, because I'm, you know, more than happy to still teach her. I don't expect, oh, she's in year 7, she should be doing everything independently. No, not at all. I think, you know, this, just because a curriculum is written to the child doesn't mean that you can't add to it as the teacher, and, you know, through your own experiences and through life, from either knowledge that you've gained from, you know, studying that subject yourself, or just through, you know, critical thinking skills, and add to it. So I'm more than happy to continue doing that for as long as she wants me to. But yeah, that's everything I think for today. So if you've got any questions, leave them below, and I will see you on the next video. So take care. Bye for now.